Hi everyone, Spongelinginger here, and today we're playing semifinals of the CPL. We're playing against Scarlet and their Garganacl Pizzerias. We're gonna do post commentary again today. Okay, we can see they brought Spiritomb, Garganacl, Iron Threads, Quavel, Low Kicks, and the Florges. We're just gonna leave with Garchomp and see if we can set up a spikes. They usually bring quite defensive ones because they have, for example, the Florges, the Garganacl, the Spiritomb. They're defensive ones with Soul Cures, Will-O-Wisp, Wish. She just plays long games, so we are gonna go quite offensive. We have Source Sense on the Chimpao, Source Sense on the Garchomp, Bulk Up on the Tauros, Expert Belt on the Glimora to do as much damage as possible. And we have Rotom Fan with screens to have some-ish check to Quavel if it's offensive. So we're just gonna lead with Garchomp. They just lead with Spiritomb. So this is an obvious play. They're just gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. So I'm just gonna switch into Rotom Fan. Someone to take the Will-O-Wisp. I could either go Glimora or Rotom Fan, but Rotom Fan is the best play here. It doesn't really have a role against this team. I'm just gonna switch into Rotom Fan. They should probably just go into with Will-O-Wisp. And they just Will-O-Wisp, yeah. Pretty obvious. I just hope this is not a Calm Mind rest set, because I don't really have something for that. I didn't bring Dragon Tail nor Roar, so we're just gonna go for Volt Switch here. I don't think Iron Threads comes in, and even if it does, we can just Will-O-Wisp. Now they just go into Garganacl. They do have the Terra Captains are Garganacl and the Florges. So I went into Garchomp here. I want to force Garganacl to Terra now. I don't want Florges to Terra, so I'm gonna force the Terra the Garganacl with Garchomp here. I don't plan to stay in. They're probably Terra Water or Terra Fairy. So I'm gonna force him to Terra here. I'm just gonna go back out and switch into Espeon, which is my answer for Garganacl. I brought a special set on Espeon just for Garganacl. You're gonna see it right now. Yeah, let me just switch into Espeon. This Espeon set holds pretty much every single Garganacl set. They just do go into Terra. I'm expecting Water. And it's just Fairy. So they have two Fairies in the Florges on the Garganacl, which is gonna be a little hard, but Glimmer just goes in here again. They do go for Stealth Rock, which is insane. It's 3 rocks for us. So now, if you look at my moveset, I have, let's go for leftovers. I have Copycat Espeon with the Cover Cloak. I'm immune to Soul Cure, and if it does go for Soul Cure, I can just Copycat and Soul Cure them instead, which is insane. And even if it's not a Soul Cure set and just go for, I don't know, Iron Defense and Body Press, I can Copycat the Iron Defense and go and have a defense boost. I have Morning Sun. I can even Copycat Recover if I want to, so I can just stall this out how much I want to. So I'm just gonna go for Dazzling Gleam until they go for Soul Cure. I don't want to go for Psychic, because I'm a little afraid of the Low Kicks and the Spiritomb coming in against me. So I just spam Dazzling Gleam. They finally do go for Soul Cure. So now we're gonna show off his tech. We're gonna go for Copycat and copy that Soul Cure. Come on, show that Copycat. Fire set with Espeon. There we go, Copycat. We're just gonna Soul Cure and get Soul Cured. Such a good set. The Soul Cured got Soul Cured. Now we're just gonna... Now they're Soul Cured. I am thinking now they should probably swap. They don't really have a good switching. The best would be Spiritomb or the Florges. I'm just gonna go for Morning Sang. See what they do. They go for Morning Sang. They stayed in, so far the show they have Recover, Stealth Rock, Soul Cure. So they're either Terra Blast Fairy or Body Press. They don't have any setup moves. They don't have Curse. They don't have Body Iron Defense. So that's actually good for us. They still don't know if it's a special defense or a physical defense, Garganacl. We just go for Dazzling Game in case he switches into Spiritomb or Low Kicks. We don't want to let them in for free. And they can just stay on us. We just win this war. The Garganacl can never stall us out as long as we have Espeon. So they do go into Florges now, which is a little annoying. Because if it's a Wish set, I don't really have much to stall it out. I'm gonna go Glimora, pressure it right away. Because Glimora actually, we have Sludge Bomb for Garganacl and Florges, Dazzling Game for Low Kicks and Spiritomb. And they go for Trick, which is actually bad for us. Because they give us a Choice Scarf, it actually locks us into a move and we lose the Expert Belt, so it's not really good for us. That was a very good play from them. Now we're kind of forced to go into Sludge Bomb here, because any other move would do nothing on those Florges. We just have to go for Sludge Bomb. Just gonna swap out the Spiritomb. Let's hope we can get a Poison here, that would be super good for us. Sludge Bomb, a Poison would really help. We don't get the Poison here, so we just have to swap out. We still don't know what the Spiritomb has. For so long it just went for Will-O-Wisp. So here I'm thinking my best switching is just the Rotom. Just get some momentum. Garchomp can't really do much against Spiritomb. At least not yet. Now we have an amazing Tauros set. We are bulk up Substitute. Because with the Substitute we ignore the Soul Cure from the Garganacl. And we ignore the Will-O-Wisp from the Spiritomb. We just go for Trick Room. It's just completely fine with us. We don't need speed that much. Because their monsters are so defensive that speed is not really important here. I'm just gonna go for Volt Switch again. This is a slow Volt Switch, so we actually get momentum again from this. Just gonna switch out. Probably Florges. We go Treads. Okay, that's fine with us. Because of the Trick Room, we're actually faster than the Iron Tread, so this is a free Will-O-Wisp for us. I still don't know what item this is. So we're just gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp now. Burn the Iron Treads. Make it... Okay, yeah, we connect. This burn Iron Treads is no longer that big of a threat. The low kicks and quick Quavel is still a problem. Yeah, Ice Mirror does absolutely nothing. So this is a perfect opportunity for us. Since it's burned, we couldn't just freely go into Tauros. Yeah, there we go. We switch into Tauros. We get an Intimidate. This is completely fine for us, and it's a perfect opportunity for us to set up. Because this Iron Tread cannot touch us at all. We go for Rapid Spin, so because of Trick Room, they're actually slower than us. So this is a free sub. We show that we're leftovers. They did spin the rocks away, but it's not a problem. We weren't actually thinking with the hazards. So we just go for a free sub. Oh, I actually went for bulk up first. I forgot it gets Volt Switch, but they just swap out, which is completely fine. Could probably go, yeah, they go Garganacl again. This is the last one of Trick Room, so we just get a free bulk up here. And so far they showed us Recover, Soul Cure, and Stealth Rock. So again, if the Terra Fairy with Terra Blast, this could actually break my sub, but I expect him to go to Soul Cure first. So I'm just gonna sub. Yeah, here's what I'm calling. If Terra Blast Fairy actually breaks my sub, it does. A +1 it still does. I'm gonna go for sub regardless, because I think they go for Soul Cure first. So they get the sub up, and they just go for Recover, which is actually super good for us. It's a free sub. Now, I still didn't know if there was a physical or a special set for Garganacl. If it was more special defense investment, Wave Crush just 2-hit KOs this right away. If it was max defense, then Wave Crush does not kill a +1. So we just wanted some damage, wanted to see how much investment they had on defense. So we go for Wave Crush, and it just does not get the 2-hit KO. So that's completely physical defenses, and they show the last move, which is Body Press. So they don't have Terra Blast Fairy, which is actually better for us, because Body Press does not break us up. So here, if they just keep going for Recover, which actually gonna chip ourselves a lot with the Wave Crush, so we're gonna go for Bulk Up first to guarantee this to be a 2-hit KO. They actually swap, which is super good for us. And they go Quavo, which I don't really understand this play. Unless they're like super defensive. We're just gonna another free bulk up. We are +2/+2 behind a sub. This close combat should just straight up kill. I don't remember quite my speed investment, but I think we're slower than this if it's max speed. We're just gonna go for close combat. Now here we're actually faster, which is super good. They should just die here. It actually lives, which means it's super defensive. It must be max HP, max defense, and it showed Rocky Helmet, which is a weak Quavo set. They go for the low speed, low sweep, which does break our sub, but because of sub, we actually do not get a speed drop, which is super good for us. Now, I'm just gonna go for close combat again. Like I was saying, I kind of forgot we actually had Terra fighting here. So I never actually Terra'd here. I just went for close combat again. I could have actually killed the quick whale if I went for Terra fighting, but I forgot. I just forgot we had Terra. So we end up killing the quick whale here, which is a big threat gone. It was actually defensive, which was kind of a weird play, but I get it. Maybe they actually told us after the game that was their CPL switch in, which I get it. Maybe they wanted something for CPL. They go low kicks here, and I'm thinking, okay, let me check this, because if this is banded, because of tinted lens, it might actually kill me, because I lost all my defense boost because of the close combat, so I'm neutral again. Banded first impression just kills me here. So I went ahead and I just sacked the Rotom here. I'm calculating it right now. Banded first impression does a lot. Just straight up does a lot. So I just went ahead and sacked the Rotom. I still don't know if it's banded or not. It could perfectly be Life Orb. A Sword Stance would be very bad for me, but I don't think you go for Sword Stance. So just go for first impression. And right there, I just knew it was banded, because only banded, Adamant banded kills the Rotom from my health. So I knew it was banded. So they actually have to switch out, which is again a free sub for the Tauros. They're forced to swap out. I'm just gonna go into Tauros again. It's a free sub for the Tauros. And they no longer have something for the Tauros. Like the Iron Tread is burned. I'm just gonna go for sub again. The Iron Tread is burned. The Florges does not really take a +1 Wave Crash. The Spirit Tomb could. It's sad actually, now that I think about it, I should have just brought Terra Blast Water. Because the Wave Crash is actually doing more damage to me. So we're just gonna go for sub. And we're in neutral right now, so we don't have enough to kill this Garganacl. So we're just gonna go for bulk up. They don't really have much to do because they don't have Iron Defense. They just have to go for body press. They don't really have much. So we're gonna go for bulk up. With one bulk up, a +1/+1, 2 body press is still enough to break my sub. We go for body press. I'm still behind sub, which is completely fine with us. Now I really want this Garganacl gone. Once this Garganacl is gone, Chimpao and the Garchomp are just insanely good. They just floor this team. So here I just went for Wave Crash. I just really wanted to do damage to this. So I just went for Wave Crash. Looking at this situation again, maybe I should have just keep going for bulk up. Because a +3/+3 body press does no longer break my sub after 2. So they have to go for 3 body press in order to break my sub at +3. The problem is, since I was Wave Crash, I was taking a lot of recoil damage. I should have just gone with Raging Bull. But we're just gonna go for Wave Crash. It brings us in range of another hit, so the next Wave Crash is definitely gonna kill this Garganacl, which is super good for us. Body press does break my sub now. Now, here for Wave Crash again, because again, I just wanted to kill this. I really wanted to kill this. I was at 46 health. I was okay. I just want to kill this. Just gonna go for Wave Crash. Makes no sense for me to cover another sub. So I just went for Wave Crash again. Because this Wave Crash does kill the Garganacl. They end up switching out. Which, thinking about it, maybe was not a good play for me with Wave Crash. Because I do kill the Dreads here. But I actually die from the recoil because they have a lot of health here. Which was actually a mistake. I should have just kept going for bulk up and just spam close combats. We do kill the Iron Treads, but since it was burned, it was not really doing much for them anyways, so this trade is not good for us. Tauros was good, very good for us, and the Iron Treads was kind of useless. So here I'm thinking, okay, I don't think they go low kicks here. The Garganacl is quite low, so they have to go Florges or Spirit Tomb. So I just went ahead and went into Glimora, which is what pressures the most. So they do end up going into the Spirit Tomb. So we don't really have a lot against the Spirit Tomb. So just go for Dazzling, chip this down. This should be a clean 2-hit KO. We go for Dazzling. That is enough to just 2-hit KO. They actually go for Pain Split, which is kind of annoying. Because they're out of range now from this Dazzling. I'm still gonna go for it. But they are out of range of space of Dazzling Gleam now. They just switch out into Florges. Well, that was a spoiler. They actually just switch into Florges now. Because Lotus dies and the Garganacl dies for the Dazzling Gleam. So we go Florges. I have to switch out here. The problem is Chimpao and Garchomp both died to Moonblast, so I kind of forced to go into Espion here. So I just go into Espion. This Espion actually loses to Florges too, so if they go for Calm Mind now, I just lose to this Florges right away. Calm Mind Florges would just wall me here. I could for Copycat and Wish, but it wasn't really gonna help me at all. If I had Size Shock, I probably could kill this Florges. She didn't know if I had Size Shock or not, so Size Shock actually kills here. I think they go for Protect regardless. So I'm just gonna switch into Glimora here. I just go for a Sludge Bomb. Not much you can do here. So I just go into Glimora. I expect to Protect. They just stay in a Moonblast, which is a decent play. They go back to full. So this Florges, I have to go for Sludge Bomb. I need to as much as damage as possible in this Florges. If I swap into Spirit Tomb, maybe it's a 2-hit KO, I don't know. I actually do a lot because they stay in and I actually get the poison. So just go for Wish, which is kind of a misplay from their part, I think. Because now they're super weak, they don't take another Sludge Bomb, and even if we go for Protect, they heal back to 50% and the poison is gonna put it back pretty low. So that's if they have Protect. So I'm just gonna switch out, because I expect them to switch out into Spirit Tomb. They have to switch into Spirit Tomb probably, because Protecting does nothing for them here. So I'm just gonna switch into Garchomp, expecting the Spirit Tomb. Protect does nothing for them actually, and if they stay in, they just lose Glimora. They do swap out, and they just go into Spirit Tomb, just as predicted. So here, Glimora. I expect the Spirit Tomb just to go for Will-O-Wisp. I was like, fine, I just can go for 3-layer of spikes, which helps me a lot in the end game. So I just went for 1 spikes to at least have some hazard to chip. It's gonna help me a little more to break stuff. We should go for Spain Split, which is a 3-layer of spikes for us, which was super good. I just go for Swords Dance now, because I expect the Will-O-Wisp now. So I was like, okay, with the Swords Dance, Will-O-Wisp is kind of neutral. So there goes for Will-O-Wisp. So we're back in neutral actually, because of the Swords Dance. So here I had Stomping Tantrum instead of Earthquake, because they had Arboliva, and in grassy terrain it would have been lowers. So Dragon Claw actually does more than Stomping Tantrum here. So just go for Dragon Claw. It is enough. It looks like enough to be a 2-hit KO. So here they go for Trick Room, which is a little annoying because now that I think about it, I was looking at the monster left, and they still had low kicks with first impression. And if you look at my team, Chimpao, Glimora, and Espeon, they all died to low kicks. They all died to a first impression. So Garchomp is the only one that takes a first impression. So I thought, okay, I have to switch out here because in the Trick Room, they're just gonna go for Shadow Ball now, and if Garchomp is too low, the low kicks is kind of a problem for me. So I need at least one mon that is a little bit healthy to take a first impression. And I was like, okay, I just have to go Espeon here. Espeon is not really gonna help me. It still dies to low kicks. It does not break the Garganacl. Well, it does hold the Garganacl. So I'm just going to Espeon here. I felt like I had to stall out the Trick Rooms. So just go for Shadow Ball. Now, here's where I realized, okay, they showed Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. They had Shadow Ball, and the last move was Trick Room. So they show all 4 moves. They only have Shadow Ball as an attacking move. So Chimpao is actually quite free. Well, it's not free because of Will-O-Wisp, but they only can Shadow Ball, and Chimpao takes the Shadow Ball very well. So just go Chimpao here because I expected another Shadow Ball. Yeah, I should switch into Chimpao. They just should go for Shadow Ball. Now this is the 3rd turn of Trick Room, if I believe. So you guys just go for Shadow Ball. Now, since they only have Shadow Ball, they're kind of forced to go into Will-O-Wisp, so I just switch out the Espeon again. Because the Will-O-Wisp kind of obvious. Like, they're forced to go into Will-O-Wisp. So we're just gonna go Espeon. They do go for Will-O-Wisp, and they actually... I bounced the Will-O-Wisp and actually missed. Which is actually a weird interaction. Like, I actually have accuracy when I bounce back the move. So here I was like, okay, I could go Chien-Pao, but if they go for Will-O-Wisp again, I don't want my Chien-Pao to be burned, so just go for Dazzling. They do get the call, go for Shadow Ball, so Espeon dies. Now the Dimension is back to normal. And here I'm like, okay. They have Florges is pretty low, Garganacl is pretty low. They only have the Spiritomb and the low kicks. So I decided I could go Chien-Pao. But Chien-Pao actually does not kill with Ice Spinner if it's a max defense, max HP, max defense Spiritomb. So I thought, okay, I could just go Glimmora here and go for Dazzling Gleam. Because Dazzling Gleam, with a layer of spikes, is enough to kill the Garganacl. It kills the low kicks, and it kills the Florges. So Dazzling Gleam seemed kind of free here. It's not in range of Dazzling Gleam, but they can't really Pain Split anymore. And I don't know if Shadow Ball kills here because they have no investment in special attack. So they do decide just to switch out, and they give us the Florges, which actually just dies to spikes. I didn't know it was in range of spikes, but they just died to spikes. I just went to Dazzling Gleam. So now they could, if they go low kicks, I'm kind of screwed because first impression is super free for them. I would have to switch into Garchomp to take the first impression. If they go Garganacl, they could recover, but I think they're still in range after spikes of Dazzling Gleam, so they're kind of forced to go low kicks here. And again, first impression kills Chien-Pao and it kills Glimmora. Only Garchomp takes the first impression in this moment. So if they do bring low kicks, I'm kind of forced to go Garchomp, because Garchomp is burned. Since the Garchomp is burned, it is the least important one of the 3 members I still have alive. So yeah, they bring the low kicks. I have to go Garchomp here. It's the only one takes the hit. So I expect the first impression here, because if they don't go for first impression, they just die to Dazzling Gleam. They actually just went into U-turn, which is a really ballsy move. They actually would have just lost if I just went for Dazzling Gleam again. So I think they expected me to swap out. I don't know if they expected me to swap out or they just forgot I was Choice Scarf. Now they go into Garganacl. Since I'm burned, there's no way I can break this with the Garchomp. They go leftovers. Yeah, there's no way I can break this with Garchomp since I'm burned. So I'm kind of forced to go into Glimmora again. I have to go Glimmora here. This is a free recover for them. Sadly, it is a free recover for them. So I have to go Glimmora here. And just go for Sludge Bomb. There's nothing I can do here. I have to go for Sludge Bomb because if I go for anything else and they stay in, I just lose to Garganacl here. So I have to go for Sludge Bomb. Low Kicks does not take the hit, and Spiritomb with the spikes might actually not take 2 Sludge Bomb either. So I just have to go for Sludge Bomb here. There's not much I can do. I'm kind of forced to go into Sludge Bomb. I really hope they stay in. And they do stay in, which is... They stay in, and they actually just go down, which is insanely good. I was like, yes! Yes, I broke the Garganacl, finally. Now... They could either go Spiritomb or low kicks. If they go low kicks, they actually go Spiritomb, which is fine. I think the play had to be go low kicks and go for first impression. Like, I think they always go first impression, because every time they go first impression, something dies on my team. So here they go Spiritomb. I'm forced to switch out because Sludge Bomb does not kill this. So, since they only have Shadow Ball, and expect a Shadow Ball or a Trick Room, they're not gonna Will-O-Wisp against Glimmora. I was like, okay, I go Chipao here. At this point, even if Chipao gets burned, there's nothing I can do about it. It's the only one healthy in my team. I'm just gonna go Chipao. I take the Shadow Ball pretty well, and I'm still faster. They actually go for Trick Room, which is a little annoying. So low kicks can actually just sweep me after. So I have to stall a little the Trick Room. I'm just gonna go for Swords Dance to negate the Will-O-Wisp. They actually missed the Will-O-Wisp, which, since I went for Swords Dance, it actually does not matter at all. Like this Will-O-Wisp is not gonna matter because the low kick just kills my Chien-Pao later anyways. So even if I'm burned or not, it doesn't really matter. I sadly don't have any priority on the Chien-Pao. So the low kicks can just sweep me if it's in Trick Room. I just go for the Ice Spinner and I do kill the Spiritomb. So now here's the thing. Because of the Source Sense, I actually managed to stall out one turn of Trick Room. So it was the turn of Trick Room, the turn of Source Sense, and the turn I killed the Spiritomb. So that's 3 turns. So low kicks has 2 turns in Trick Room and I have 3 mons. I have enough turns to stall out Trick Room, and if they go for First Impression, they just straight up lose. So here it's like, okay, if they lock themselves in First Impression, they lose. Chien-Pao is healthy enough to take a Sucker Punch. I'm just gonna go Guard Jump regardless. Guard Jump is nothing at this moment, so I'm just gonna stack Guard Jump. And if they do decide to attack in the Trick Room, they don't have enough Trick Room turns to clean the game here, so yeah, they go for Leech Life, which, like, they had to. Yeah, Guard Jump dies here. Now there's one more turn of Trick Room. So here I'm like, okay, since Chien-Pao is burned, I don't kill the low kicks with Chien-Pao. So I'm gonna have to go kill low kicks with the Glimora, since Scarf I'm actually faster than low kicks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go for Chien-Pao, let it die in the Trick Room, and then I should just go Glimora and win right there. Since it's the last turn of Trick Room, I should just win with Glimora. There's absolutely no way to lose, unless they somehow are not banded. And like I miscalc at some point of the game, and this is not banded, it's just Silver Powder. Because if they're not banded, yeah, you can see it's the last one of Trick Room. I'm just gonna go for Ice Spinner. There's nothing I can do here. I don't have priority. They just kill the Chien-Pao, which is completely fine with us. If they're not banded and go for Sucker Punch here, they actually do win. So I was really hoping they were banded here. Like, I was almost sure they were banded. Like, they had to be banded. The Trick Room is over here. I just go Glimora, and I just go for Power Gem. At this point, there's no point in calculating anything. Dazzling Game is super effective, but Power Gem is stab, so super effective stab, sure, just kill this. There's absolutely no way they take the Power Gem. So here, it just depends if they're banded or not. And they're not they're banded, so Power Gem just kills this low kicks. And we end up winning the semifinals of the CPL 1-0. What a close game. I was not expecting it to be a close game. Honestly, if the Florges did not trick my Glimora, I think this game would have been much easier for me. So yeah, that's gonna be fierce for us. I hope you liked the match, and see you again in the finals. See you.